But yeah, I still have this, and I'm not planning on leaving this. Sorry, I feel like a snake just comes out of my mouth and then danced in front and sort of. I feel like I'm speaking too softly because yeah, I'm not the only person in this house. And yeah. But to resume what I am saying, you can literally watch what's happening on my brain whenever I go silent. I feel like it's possible to see because sometimes boxes open all at once and I just stop before I can even complete my sentence. And for that very same reason, not very same, but along the lines of I'm not gonna stop doing this because, like I said, it helps me balance the physical world with the inner sort of world. And also, these things, it feels like writing letters and sending them. To someone who cares. See, it's so weird how I notice myself just being quiet, but then I don't notice it soon enough in order for me to stop myself from becoming just closing my mouth in the middle of a sentence. I only notice it when I'm several layers deep in my thoughts that wait, I stopped speaking. See, I did it again. I did it again. Oops, I did it again. I did it again. I did it again. I once had this flatmate, and we would often have these very interesting discussions. He has the brain that works in ways that are opposite to mine, I guess. He's more of the mathematician type, scientist, physics professor sort of brain. And we would often have this. Of course, I felt like an Like I felt like I'm not even qualified to enter the same discussion with this person because my intellect is not sharp enough. That's how I felt. But then I didn't care. I didn't care. I often participate in discussions where I have no business to be in. My knowledge is limited. My education is not from EU or something. So I don't really feel qualified to be on the same table, but I still sit and listen and eat and ask questions as if I have every right to be there, because I do. And it's fun. It's fun asking questions. And yeah, we will often have these discussions. And I will ask him some questions. Like, I guess for him it's strange. I'm not sure really if they are strange questions or if it's just strange to the person who has a mind that operates like his does. And there was it's funny how he reacts sometimes, because I asked him something. I guess it was about the quantum entanglement or something, and then I sort of had this theory of about something, and then I cannot remember now. I just remembered it was about quantum entanglement. And then he said, "Are you really asking me that question? Are you sure you want to discuss that with me?" And I'm like, "Yes." Yeah, why not? You're smart. I'm not. So I'm asking. Yeah, I like asking questions. And sometimes when he asks, or when we discuss things, it's hard to really articulate a lot of the ideas that I have because they're so abstract. I can literally feel my neurons reaching for some other neuron that's far away and making a bridge, and I'm just like, when all of this is happening. And there were times that I told him that, "Will, I really wish you can just get inside my brain so you can see what I mean or what I want to say. I really wish I can just put you inside my brain and you just watch there, because it's so frustrating that I cannot put my thoughts into words." But then he said, "Well, even if I have the ability to do that, I don't think I can understand anything." So it's a bit, it's weird for me to hear because in my brain he's this super intellectual. He knows a lot of things that I don't. He's great in the things that I'm not. He thinks in a way that I have not explored yet. And somehow, he's the smart person. And if I put him in here, he thinks that he cannot understand a single thing inside my brain. What does that say? I don't know. I really wish I really wish when I reach the end of my life, I can just understand everything that's within. I hope I can. Because a lot of things are also confusing to me. I just know that I have a mind and it often changes and it often processes information. It often processes information in a certain way which I think was normal, but when I speak about them to the people, I would get a certain kind of look that will tell me, or that will make me think that I didn't know that if not everyone processes this information in this way. I just assume that everyone thinks the same. So there's a lot of things that I don't understand in this mechanism. There are also, this is another confession, there is a lot about normal people behavior that I don't understand. Which is, I discussed this with my friend. I told her about this, about the day that I realized this, but then I forgot what made me realize this. But I told her, well, if they looked at me, or if they feel or they think that I'm weird, I also think that they are weird. And it's just, it makes sense because it clicks. Like if you're weird, if I am weird to you, and there is a 90% chance that you are also weird to me. Because you don't understand me at first glance. It will take an effort for you to understand what you just saw or what you just heard from this mouth. It's also the same for me. A lot of the times, I don't understand a lot of the things in the world or why people behave the way they behave. Which also clicks because a lot of people don't also understand me ever since I was a kid. So you see how balanced it is, how it works, how the mind or the things get processed within. I don't know why I got in here. I forgot the original topic that I was speaking of. I forgot. But maybe I have to go. Because I am planning to go to the Helsinki Christmas market. There was this, one of my clients, they told me about this stall. It's the stall number 65, where there is this interesting porridge, yes. There's this interesting porridge. I'm glad I still remember the number 65. And I kinda just wanna exist in there for a bit. And feel the Christmas spirit. So I guess I will explore there. And I don't know if I will get back today or not, or we will see. We will see. But thank you again, as always, my dear friend.